The cloud has found her sky.
Oh,
Tasha, okay.
Did you find, where was that? Did you come up with that, or was that somewhere?
This is Shana.
And Kris.
And we are Bad Queers. If you came out of the closet and got put in a box of stereotypes you don't belong to, then welcome to the Bad Queers Club.
You know, when we start this and I had to like stare at the camera, I was like, why can't we like look elsewhere? I look at other podcasts and they're either it's overhead or it's whatever, but it's always this like, I feel like I'm just staring into space, looking at this green dot on the camera, just like I don't know what it is. I just wanted to name that. I wanted to. It's
our brief moment to be like, "Hi, we're talking."
Yeah,
to
it
you.
is.
And then I can look away, and you know that I was talking to you because that is how we open it, looking right at it.
Okay. Well, thank you for reminding me.
Yeah,
it's a little weird
to
do, but you know, sure.
Y'all let us
Hi.
know if it's weird that we.
I was gonna redo it. I'll just restart mine. It's only because I feel creepy doing it. Like it's hard for me to just stare at one thing. That might be something clinically get fixed soon. All right. Hi, I'm Kris, and this week in Queer Urban Dictionary, I have unicorn hunters, which many of you probably know, but if you don't. Unicorn hunters is the practice by two people who are in a relationship, usually a straight couple, who are seeking a third partner for their relationship, either temporarily or permanently. That person can usually be bisexual, occasionally a lesbian, and they either enter to join a threesome or, like I said, it's something more permanent and it's the start of a polyamorous relationship. A deeper dive into it is while some couples seek a third partner respectfully, others are criticized for acting like unicorn hunters who treat people as disposable. They're also always, I hear about it on dating. I mean, I worked at a dating app. Obviously, that's the origin of this show, but y'all be pretty crazy in those dating app profiles with what y'all are doing, whether y'all are masking it or not. They're out there. It's a thing. It's a thing.
Yes. Very much so.
Any encounters with unicorn hunters out there before for you?
Yeah. When I was on dating apps, never in person.
Yeah. Just on apps.
Dating apps with no shame. What's
lower barrier? They're just, numbers game on there. Like, hey, cool. Nope. Okay, cool. So
not about it. All right. Next.
Yeah. That's interesting. That's interesting.
To know how successful they are.
Yeah.
That's a research I would like somebody to share, to say when they get those messages.
Yeah. I would imagine that it's more successful in person because the vibe's there. Like you already pick up on the vibe where it's just like, I mean, obviously now you could be anybody online. So I don't even know what this is about to be. This could be a setup. Who knows? But in person, which it could still be a setup in person, but it's still like you might catch a vibe with a couple. Y'all might have, talked a little, giggled over something or whatever, where it's a little better chance. But very interesting, anytime I hear about that happening to somebody, I just think it's so funny. Like, I'm like, did you see that happening before? Did you know it was at like they're one of those couples? Because there's always the memes of the unicorn, the couple that are unicorn hunters. But like, I always wonder if you like pick up on it or if it's kind of abrupt. Like, hey, excuse me. Mm-hmm. It's like, huh?
That's how they do in the movies. So, where they come up and you're talking to one person
like,
and then they just slide over like, hello, this is also somebody who's interested in you. And you're like, okay, goodbye. And that's what typically happens. But I
only have the dramatized versions.
What the success rate to compare it to. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, my Queer Urban Dictionary word of the week is chasers. Chasers. So not the drink. No. Chaser is used to describe someone who sexually pursues a partner with a transphobic focus on their identity or anatomy. And though it's most often used to describe those who seek out trans feminine partners, more and more trans masculine people are sharing their own experiences with chasers. So yes, that's what we're doing out here, talking. Unicorn hunters, I feel like, are a type of chaser in a way, depending on who they search for.
Can be. Yeah. I can see it.
All right. So yes, well,
this week in America.
Get into it.
Previously on America.
Truly previously on America.
And when we say previously, we mean like Jim Crow era, like, or further back. Like previously, like we are here.
We're talking about what they are taking out of our history books. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about that.
I just find it funny that for our 250th birthday, we're reverting back to our old form, but pure form. So that's where we...
It's like when Hunger Games did the celebration and they said, hey, we're going to go back and do this thing that these people said years ago that we shouldn't be doing, but we're going to do it.
We're going to do it again. But it's not racist. It's not racist. Not racist.
It's not racism. Actually, it's the opposite.
Color, though. No.
Especially because Clarence said
it's not. It's actually equality if you look at it. You know? Y'all are just looking at it wrong.
Y'all are looking at it wrong from the wrong lens. So we really need to praise, pray, tell. Our first category is the Supreme Court paves the way for the largest ever drop in Black representation in Congress.
Yeah, this is the death blow to the Voting Rights Act of 1965 came last week in the Supreme Court's latest ruling, which we were joking about just last week, that they're going to probably approve one thing, and then give us like 6 bad things. So we're on the first of those 6. So it's not funny, but this ruling, their latest ruling last week, could set up the largest ever drop in Black representation in Congress and people of color and women, because it's not just us, in Congress, with at least 15 majority minority House districts in the South now at risk for being eliminated. This specifically hits the southern U.S. because that's the highest population of Black folks. That's where most of us live and still live. And they've been gerrymandering for decades now and eating away at the Voting Rights Act. But this is now, they'll be able to district by pretty much political party. Like they can't do it by race, but they could do it by political party. The ruling in Louisiana versus Calabasas, the court ruled 6-3 that proving unfair discrimination against minority voters now requires evidence, or at least a strong inference of discriminatory intent in how legislative maps are drawn. Georgia Senator Raphael Warnock called the ruling a massive and devastating blow to democracy, especially for people of color in the South, as mentioned, and said the focus on intent ignores the history of voter suppression. Warnock also connected the decision to what he described as 21st century Jim Crow tactics, including moving or closing polling places in Black and brown communities and purging voters from the rolls. This has been very American. They have always either not given us the right to vote or severely hindered it in some way with polling taxes, quizzes, closing centers. And now this will allow, again, many southern states to pretty much redraw their maps the way they want to, so that Black and brown communities will be absorbed by majority white or Republican communities. And the only way that you can stop it from being racist is if you have evidence. They're like, you have to have evidence to be able to say, oh, this is racist, which we know white people don't even really believe in racism. So try giving them evidence. This ruling could intensify the redistricting fight ahead of the midterms. Louisiana already canceled their primary elections. This law went into effect immediately, which is unusual. It usually is a 30-day after the ruling from Supreme Court. There's a 30-day period. This actually was ruled yesterday to go into effect immediately. So Republicans are already pushing southern states to redraw maps, and Democrats are arguing they cannot unilaterally disarm in response. So we're fucked here for a while. We are going to have to vote in high numbers. I mean, this is not going to change anytime soon. This is again, the Supreme Court is a conservative Supreme Court. So it fell, the voting fell on party lines. This was expected because they have been chipping away at this for some time now. And this is another one of the conservative, like, long game strategies that have happened. They did it with Roe v. Wade. They're doing it with this. They have other things that they're doing. Certainly queer community, women, and other minorities are next. So this is It's not good. Not good. Some of us said this would happen. Things like this would happen. And we are here now. So I will say, just to be positive, is that in the same way that they were able to develop a long-term strategy to do this, we're going to have to do something to undo it. It just is what it is. This has always happened in America to Black and brown communities and people of color and women. So, I mean, the fight continues. Like I said, we're turning 250 in July, and we've always done this. So it's actually not anything new. It's just like so pointless to keep doing. Like, why are we doing this? So yeah, what did you think when this ruling came down? I know that June is when they give a lot of their rulings, but sometimes they do these where it's just like, oh, I didn't even know this was actually being considered right now. So when the ruling came through, I was like, okay, yeah, here we are.
That was the part. I said, I'm sorry, who added this on the docket? Who put it here?
Where did this come from? It's not June.
Who put this here? So they said somebody just came and just slid it in the pile and said, if you could look at this one first, if you could, this is kind of imperative.
We need this right now. Shit is happening.
We people are already sending in their ballots, and so if we could just check that out, because of timeliness, because we're already like people had already submitted their votes in Louisiana, and they just pulled a hard stop and said, nope, we're gonna push this back. Actually,
was it Tennessee too? It was like, I know it was Louisiana. I want to say there was another Republican state that was like,
don't piss me off.
I think it was Tennessee
is out here.
It is.
Because they were the first ones that did the bathroom stuff too. And I'm like, Tennessee, I am sick of y'all. Y'all secretly did the drag queen stuff and all the things. I'm like, y'all would not have your little country towns.
It's Tennessee. They voted 9-0 yesterday. Yep. 9-0.
Wow. Not a full sweep.
Yes. I do think we have to, this is like ways out of this, is like, if we can maybe just talk in things in terms of like, conservatives don't give a fuck about none of y'all, white people, and they say any of us, but especially y'all in these states. Like, everything in this country is because of racism and runs on white supremacy. And it's like, if we could just tell them that your quality of life is going to continue to drop because you keep voting against your interests. Like, I don't feel like we could have convinced them not to be racist. I just want them to like vote smart. Like, stop being dumb about all this stuff. Like, that's what sucks about being tethered in that way to them. Like, is like, these people are voting for such like impulsive, hateful reasons that they don't even know like their whole life's about to be blown up too. Like, it's like, girl, I don't care what you do at this point and what you believe, but like, stop being so stupid about how you vote and like being, I don't know, supporting a party that doesn't give you anything. Because for all the criticisms that people give about liberals and Democrats, and this sounds so crazy as Americans, but they do give something to the working class. Whereas like, there's one party that just universally doesn't give shit to anybody else that's not white or rich or Christian, and is literally, or a man, just those four things. Like, you have to be those four things to really benefit from them being in office. Like, they can't govern, but here we are, with our voting rights, among other things, being stripped away. So more to come. We're not even in June. When they do the cases. Like, we're not even in June yet. So I don't even know what's next. I don't be checking their schedule. Maybe I should. Like, at this rate, is the schedule? Like, we
gotta have that on the calendar.
Schedule? Like, what's going on?
We gotta have that on the calendar, like the annual holidays,
they
like
do
the way that Mother's Day coming up.
I
need this to be on there.
Day. Or on Friday, they'll drop it on Friday before Mother's Day for sure. Just like
it's gonna ruin it for mothers, and that's
women can't vote. Happy Mother's Day. Clarence out. Alito out, bro. It's something. So, all right, no solutions here. It's just gonna take some time. Okay, none. No. You gotta vote. We have to vote in high enough numbers to even just overwhelm these things. You have to vote for more. That you have to get over your hate. You have to get over your prejudices. If that's what y'all have to tell your white family members, because again, this is a white problem. This is, y'all vote for them. Y'all vote for them. Like, it is them that are doing this. Like, nobody votes for Republicans like white people.
Part. Those street interviews that after they voted and then they realize that the problem actually impacted them directly, and they stop and they're like, well, I didn't know.
Every time.
And I said, how?
Every time. How
did you not know?
Every time. And it's like, why do y'all think we're lying about this? Like, why do y'all think like we're lying about these things happening? Like, that is the maddening thing that I know that the way I'm feeling and that how I'm experiencing this and how we're living through this is like nothing new, but I just can't believe like history truly does repeat itself. So like, why are we just slipping into this? Like, it makes no sense. For them, I guess it's their birthday present, but it is fucking crazy. And it's only gonna get worse if you keep letting them govern. So, and that's on white people again. Like, y'all overwhelmingly vote for conservatives and Republicans. So it is on y'all to talk to your family members. For the people who happen to be white, talk to your family members about like not voting for conservatives, for Republicans. Turn Fox News off. You gotta undo, like, clear their Facebook history, have them start over, maybe parental controls. I don't know, but we got to turn this around, and we have to, again, we're tethered to them. They have to vote smarter. Like, this is so stupid. So getting down for my little box here. These next Thank you categories are, I'm frustrated, but these next categories are funner and less, serious.
Yeah. Yes. So our next category is just as I called you all in last time to say that we weren't going hard enough for Natasha Cloud, and I still stand 10 toes down on that. I still say that we did it.
No, y'all were right. I saw the Studbuds said something over the weekend too. Like, it was right. It was starting to kick up. Like, hey, the season's about to start. Like, what's going on? Like,
and thankfully, the cloud has found her sky.
Oh,
Tasha. Okay.
Did you find where was that? Did you come up with that, or was that somewhere? Cloud has found her sky.
I was like, hold on. I feel like hold on. First of all, I feel like the Chicago sky.
They did. Okay, because I was like, wait,
Chicago Sky did something along those lines.
Okay.
I think Chicago. Hold on. I'm looking. Hold on.
I was like, wait a minute.
Wait a minute, because that was good. Yeah. Well, there said adding a cloud to our sky, and I said that was off the dome. That was off the dome right there. So got it.
I like that. But a cloud has found
Natasha Cloud.
Put it on a shirt. So, and you be out there hosting, so you put it on a shirt. Go out there and sell it.
I am going to put it on a shirt and sell that and have her sign it. It's going to be great.
Yeah.
She is now signed with the Chicago Sky. I could not be more overjoyed. We have added to our baddie catalog with this. Okay? Because studs can be baddies too.
Hell yeah. What a lineup. Okay? What a lineup. The pregame tunnel. Wow. Y'all won. Full season. Y'all won already. So I'll be watching. I will be paying attention.
Yes.
And what better person who can handle being around baddies than T Cloud?
Yes.
Or handle-ish. She's been around a lot of baddies in her life. So this is,
And she's in a relationship.
And so she can handle with a baddie.
And she's with a baddie. And is able to be surrounded by baddies and represent as baddie herself. So to be able to have Rakia,
a workplace environment of baddies,
Skylar. I'm gonna give it to Camilla too. It's like Camilla.
Okay.
We're gonna give her a little Brazilian baddie. It's fine. And Cloud.
Okay.
Yes, this is a win for the queers. This is a win for the baddies. The timing couldn't be more perfect either, because as you were saying, that stuff was kicking up with Studbuds and everything. It was also kicking up because I don't know if you've seen the Daily W's podcast, Let Her Shoot, and it's the two white women that go on and they say, sometimes they say stuff that is needed and informative, but most of the time they say problematic stuff. It's Women's Who expert Trista Crick and sports content producer Sarah Shovnik. They started speaking a little bit out their ass, and Tosh really did let them know, posted all the receipts, reposted all the things, gave her commentary, all of that. So
what she demanded.
Yes, Tris made a seemingly mysterious claim that a very reliable source said that Tosh wanted to be a $1 million player on the team and that she wasn't good enough to be that. That's why she had to fire her agent. That's why all of these things had to happen. But they were like, she oh man, I wish I had written down the line, but basically they were saying like, she's not a team player. And I was like, out of all of the people that you would say that she's trying to do her best for herself and not for the team, Tosh is the last person who I would think for that. Tosh is such a community forward. Every team that she plays on, she is about the community and the life, and she wants to be in those spaces and stay there and claim them, and does everything that she needs to for the people. Like, it just doesn't even sound correct. And so they were posting all of this stuff about it, and like, we're saying it with their whole chest that this person was a reliable source, and then people were commenting like, share the source, and they're arguing with folks in the comments about what they've said and all of that, and like what evidence that was. Tosh came in the comments, Tosh reposted on Threads and said, and I quote, "This is false. Again, I haven't asked why my number was, have never gave a number, not once in the last 3.5 weeks. Also, was not once asked what my number was or why my number was the way it was. I'll speak when I'm ready." And I love that for her. Love that for her. Yeah. So Chicago Sky also announced that Haley Van Lith and Maddie Westbelt were also waived from the team. Some folks were very surprised by Haley. It was mainly white folks. It was mainly white folks that were surprised. The rest of us were not surprised. Anybody who's a Chicago Sky fan was not surprised. But it was mainly these white women who are coming on like, she scored 20 points in a preseason game. And I'm like, yeah, because that's the only spot that she's going to be scoring 20 points during.
Yeah.
Haley had bursts. I will give it to her. Haley had bursts. But she was not an impactful off-the-bench player. Now, could you argue between her and Rachel? Sure. I will give you that argument, okay? I will give you that argument. I was sad for Maddie. Hopefully Maddie gets brought back as a developmental player, because you have to waive the player before you can bring them back as a developmental player. And so hopefully Maddie is brought back as well, or hopefully Haley is brought back. Who knows? One of the two are going to be brought back, and all of that. And so we got femme baddies, we got stud baddies, and we have a whole bunch of crash outs. Because if you've seen the crash outs that have happened with Dejanay and Skylar and Natasha alone, Rakia too, Rakia be out there, everybody's going to be talking. And to have the thing about this crash out group is that they will also have backups. You know, like sometimes Skylar had, NECA would pull her aside. Other people would pull her aside. Rakia had Kelsey Plum that would try and pull her back and do the thing, even though Rakia had to pick up Kelsey sometimes, talk her shit, do whatever. But it's going to be like Skylar says something, then Rakia is going to join in, then Tasha's going to join in, then Dejanay is going to join in from the bench until she's able to play. It's going to be backup. And the people are not going to be able to handle it. And I love that for us as the Chicago Sky.
It's going to be worth the ticket price and the watch. So...
okay.
What a team y'all have assembled. It's gonna be interesting to see what y'all do, because y'all as a franchise are crash outish. Y'all are not crash out. I don't know if crash out's a word, but y'all are something.
Our front office is
y'all are something.
So all I ask is that, Sky, we have done such good work to bring all of these people in. We also have one of the worst track records for how we bring in these great people and then end up losing them. Do. So please, Chicago Sky, just pleasantly surprise us. And don't let that happen. Amazing. Cool. Thank you so much, Natasha Cloud. So excited to see you. So excited to see you at my first game. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. I'm so excited.
Good luck to y'all. Okay.
So excited.
In terms of the...
might actually get a jersey
management now. There. Yeah. Oh, okay. Okay.
Look at that.
You collecting them?
I was like, I only have.
Do you have any?
No, I don't have any. I have a bunch of free shirts, but I don't have any jerseys.
Sense. Yeah, that lines up. With
I think I've bought one shirt.
You probably got 8 free shirts in there.
I do.
Of course you don't. You got like at least 8. Like, you are not far from 10. Like,
and more are coming.
At least
more are coming.
Right. Exactly. This year you are
okay. Can't stop, won't stop, okay? Okay, because all of the shirts that I have,
you can lay them out by the years you've been here. Here's the 2024 capsule, the 2025 capsule, the 2026 of free shirts. That is, listen,
yeah,
you can That's your little niche, like whatever you could start where it's just the free shit you got.
It's just like when I went to Unrivaled and I got like 4 shirts. It was like you would have, and I bought one shirt.
Exactly.
I bought one shirt. I left with 4 bonus ones. So I do buy eventually. I buy at least one thing and support.
That's it. You do.
I had enough shirts last season that I was able to like use some of them for gifts for Christmas.
Wow. That's talent. That really is. And the way that you get yourself even either early enough or whatever time you have to go for the shirt or catching it or whatever means of like logistics,
the hands in the crowd,
the free shirts
are strong.
You get it. Okay. Like it doesn't even matter. Right. That's why it's like so impressive. Like I was like, I don't know what you do with that, but I don't know if you have a YouTube channel.
Have had
just you and your
the Hype Squad hand me shirts. I've caught them in the crowd. I've had people at the end just be like, hey, we have an extra shirt.
Did you jump when you
for the organization?
Caught it in the crowd?
Did.
Okay. Wow.
One-handed.
Because I have to know. I was like, I have to be able to visualize what you did.
One-handed, friend.
So
all right?
jumping.
Okay.
Wow. Fascinating.
I know. One time I did it. I was eating something and I was like mid-thing and I saw it come towards me, jumped up, grabbed it. I was like, man, I love being a football player.
Yeah. The food though, what happened there? Like what were you eating?
It was fine. I think it was popcorn.
It was fine.
I think I was just eating.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and that could fall. Yeah. You know, you could lose.
I was like, I mean, I can't drop the whole bag. That would make a whole mess. And then I'd be like, oh no, for the shirt, for the bag. Like, you know. Wow. Yeah. My last couple of years, I've been real lucky. It's been good. It's been good stuff. I'm real happy about it.
I am so full. If we hadn't had this conversation, I would have never known that about you. And wow, that is you.
Or like networking events, actually, because then I go to like a sports networking event and they bring the extra shirts and they're just like on the tables and stuff. So I get a shirt.
Yeah. Okay, the real settle for because I was like, there's some where you go obviously and they have the shirts out and stuff, but I knew it wasn't just that way. I knew it was a myriad of ways that you.
There's multiple ways. I was like, also the Chicago Sky have a gamification in the arena, so like if you show up and you gain points, then you can get stuff. And 9 times out of 10, I get shirts. So,
good God.
Options, friend. Options.
God
I get the shirts. Okay?
God bless you. You could.
I need something to wear to the gym.
You can consult with with these brands of what like the rollout for what's 2027's free.
Thank you so much.
Freebies. Yeah, freebie consultant. All right. Wow. This last one, I am still just so full from that revelation.
You're welcome.
Like I could see you jumping with your popcorn in one hand and
one-handed
it and. Love that. I love that. See?
Thank you.
Listen, closed mouths.
Thank you.
Closed mouths what?
Don't get fed.
Don't get fed. There we go. All right. This last one, we're just going to do a mini recap on the 2026 Met Gala. A lot of people boycotting this and for good reason with it being a Jeff Bezos gala. Doesn't have the same zhuzh as last year's Black Dandy event. The biggest thing with this that I wanted to see is that Beyonce was back after 10 years or so to the Met Gala and was one of the co-chairs along with Nicole Kidman and Sam Smith and trans supermodel Alex Consani as many, among others. Too. And Venus Williams. Yeah, I was like, there was other people. I was like, there's somebody else. I was like, who's Sam Smith? This year's theme was costume art with a dress code of fashion is art. So it invited attendees to treat the human body as a canvas, as their interpretations landed with varying degrees of success because it was kind of floppy, to be honest. Like I just looked at the pictures of stuff and, you know, it's kind of floppy. I didn't really care for it. This gala does double as a major fundraiser for the museum's Costume Institute, which again, this year, Jeff Bezos and his wife were honorary co-chairs of this year. So some of the celebs that voiced their opposition to this event and not going was Taraji P. Henson, Cynthia Nixon, Zora Mondami, and then Meryl Streep and Zendaya and Bella Hadid had indicated they would not be attending without specifically saying it was Bezos as a reason. There was also, prior to the gala, a protest in New York that was called Ball Without Billionaires, which featured Abbott Elementary's Lisa Ann Walter speaking to the crowd and a bunch of these were they Amazon workers for this ball?
Yes,
there was a bunch of different people with
so.
this. Okay, yeah. So that was really cool. That was going on. So this was a much talked about of people should boycott. We knew people were going to go. Obviously, again, the co-chairs that I mentioned alone, Beyonce alone, people are going to go. So this happened. We're going to cover it. And let's talk about the standouts, because it was floppy, but there was obviously standouts and people who were on theme and looked good. My first one is Janelle Monáe. It's just like now become, I think she's in the Rihanna era of like, what is she going to wear? Because killed it. Like the computer nature touch grass thing that she
and they said that it was live moss.
Wow,
live moss. I know the butterflies wires, like all the things
moving around. Like it was alive. Like it was very much like on theme and just incredible. So we'll
so the person who I'm blanking on who created it, but the person who did the design and everything was on for any of the was on with the commentators and described what was going on with the dress and how everything was real on there. They were like it was alive and was trying to move with her, and it was a bigger there we go. Yeah, and it was a bigger message about like the mix between how technology and nature are impacting each other and all of these things. So truly, it was every time Janelle shows up,
so good.
Really does it.
So good. It really does it. Like so cool. Other people you want to mention, Tiana Taylor looked incredible. Fully covered up, looks incredible. Like it's just like she can do no wrong. Tiana Taylor can do no wrong. Looked great. Jeremy Pope.
Like who else? Jeremy
Pope looked good. Do you have any that
stuff I loved? I was like, I know Doechii didn't get a lot of highlights, but Doechii looked good. Doechii looked good. Sierra looked good.
Body, okay, Doechii. Body.
Sierra looks
great. Sierra looks great, and Russell. I like both of theirs. Like Sierra looked incredible.
Oh, I didn't see Russell's.
So yeah, he looked great. I liked his. It's always interesting what like the men are gonna do, but he looked great. Let me send you what he looked like.
Yes,
but he had like a little cape thing going on.
Did you mention Paige? Paige looked great. Angel
Paige
looked great.
Looked amazing.
Asia Wilson looked great. They showed out for the women athletes.
Oh my God, Paige looked
showed out for them.
I was like, okay, Paige. Okay, AC. It's like, all right.
I wanted Anne Hathaway to be better, but hers just looked like it was just screen printed on there.
Chat for you for
it just looked like it was just screen printed on
Anne Hathaway. Did I see Anne Hathaway?
Huh. Yeah, they kind of read her for filth on the commentary, especially Justin Sylvester, who's one of the commentators. Yeah, but I also have to say, so the commentators on it, I watched the full 3 hours of it to wait for Beyonce because Beehive. Okay?
Yeah, naturally.
I knew she was gonna be last, but I had to in case she decided to do something different. Yeah. So they had Justin Sylvester, Kelty Knight, and Zena Roberts Rossi, as well as Summer House star Sierra Miller. They brought in Renee Montgomery, and they brought in Christian Siriano and celebrity hairstylist Chris Appleton to also add their thoughts to the stuff. So it was very fun when Renee was on there. Like, had a great time when Renee came on and joined it. But the way that the original fashion experts, it kind of gave Hunger Games in a way, because the way that they were over exaggerating with the queer slang and the clocking it and Alex T and this and yes and she's working it and I'm living and all of that, it was to the nth degree and like high pitch repeating it. And then Justin Sylvester was really leaning onto it as like the gay on and the only black man. So
he was
on it.
Justin Sylvester was on the E! News, like, because I did see his like video afterwards calling out Slut, but he was like on the E! News one too. Okay.
Yes. Yes. And was doing commentary for the whole time. And I was just like, I have never been more annoyed at watching these folks and hearing their commentary because I was just like, please, somebody call them out. Somebody call them out. District 1. Okay, like this, the way that y'all are doing it, it was just because every time they were like, "Oh my God," or like when they would shade people, it was really just like aggressive in a way too. I was just like they would come out and be like, "She just looks bad," and I'm like, "Wow, okay, y'all, Wow, okay, we're still doing that right now, and all the things, and like some of the jokes were just like in poor taste and things like that. I was just like, this is the worst of every stereotype in one room.
How long was that?
That's what it felt like. 3 hours. 3 hours.
Okay. Wow.
We watched it from when Anna Wintour showed up to when Beyonce showed up.
Okay. That's who. I was like, I'll see who else we did. The faces of who else was hosting, because that sounds like a nightmare. And they have been turning up the just all the AAVE and just all the queer slang. It's like overused so much. I see it everywhere now. Like it is so crazy. So crazy. Like, and the places queer slang has gone to, Black queer slang has gone, is so incredible. Like I saw just the worst of the worst. Like Meg takes from a couple weeks ago, and you have these rappers and these just washed athletes that are like saying like Black queer slang in it, where it's just like, where am I and who are they? Like, it's amongst their bad takes, but it's so crazy. I could only imagine in that stream the whole time, like, it's just like, enough, just talk regular. Just talk, just be yourself.
Please.
Just be yourself.
Because it started immediately. Please. Especially the first 15 minutes were so aggressive, and then I thought that they would ramp down, and the ramp down would go like, okay, up, a little bit, up, some more, a little bit. And I'm like, please stop. Like I was like, I need to mute y'all at some point. I just can't. I committed because of this bitch right over here. I committed because every other minute they would say something about Beyonce. And while we knew deep down that she wasn't going to announce anything or do anything else outside of it, you have to hold on to that little shred of hope and know that, hey, if she decided to switch it, I was there. Not that I gave up or turned on, because I ain't no quitter. So, that's what ended up happening. But, of course.
It sounds like the DNC committee, the DNC thing all over again. Remember when you knew that they weren't. Yes. You were one of the people.
I knew, but did I stay up anyway?
You still stayed.
I knew she wasn't coming. But did I stay just to be 100% sure?
You were still there.
Yes. But I knew. I was like, this bitch was not going to be here. Absolutely not. Yeah. And I'm still going to stay up because I'm not going to be loud and wrong if I was. Yeah. So. Here we are. But did Beyonce look absolutely fucking stunning? And did Blue Ivy look absolutely fucking stunning? And
Blue
was
Jay-Z
great there? Yes.
I like Beyonce's red carpet look. I saw some looks from when she was inside the event. Change. Yeah, well, I didn't actually see the after party stuff yet because I haven't gotten around to it today. But she was at the podium. It was some photos from the inside, and she had like a black veil on that looked cool. I didn't really like the red carpet look. I didn't like Rihanna's red carpet look. We might as well get into the ones we didn't like. Madonna looked crazy. And I know some of these things are supposed to be, tied to art directly. Sarah Paulson, and this goes for all celebrities, like don't protest this in this way. She had like the dollar bill and she said she's the 1%. You're there, Sarah. And I love Sarah Paulson, but you're already just be quiet. Like you're there. Like you're still there. You're still there. You're there, girl. You're there. So you
paid the services like to go and get that done. Yeah.
You're still there. You're there. And you can be there, but just like the Beyonce school of just like how you should just move in this world, where it's just say nothing. Just say nothing. Like, I mean, you got to do.
She's over here minding her business.
It's just like say nothing. Who else looked? I didn't like Sam Smith's look. That's it. Sam Smith's. I was like, Sam Smith. Yeah.
I didn't like Coleman Domingo's look.
I did not like Coleman Domingo's look.
2 years in a row, Coleman. 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
And you were on the board last year.
Last year we wanted him to step too. And he had been on a good streak. And even in his rollout for the Michael Jackson movie, he's had some good looks. He rarely misses, but the last 2 years have been I'm good. Who else?
No, I didn't like any of the Kardashian looks.
I didn't care for any of them either. Interesting with Bad Bunny doing the old man thing. It's just like, okay.
I didn't see Bad Bunny either.
You didn't see that? Yeah, he had.
They really didn't show everybody.
He's like an old. He has like old, like he's like an old man. I'll like send that to you too. But
thank you.
Yeah, he has like prosthetics and like he is an old man. So that's what I don't know. That's what it gave. That's what
some of the art.
Maybe it's probably tied to something that I don't know.
It is
right now.
It is because I did like
I don't
seeing afterwards, some people did posts that showed the side-by-side of the art that inspired the look. Yeah. And I was like, thank you. I love that. I also wished that that would have been a part of, that was a missed opportunity for anybody who was streaming it. That if you, because they were able to list and describe the art, and they gave descriptions. They said, oh, this one is inspired by this and this one is inspired by this. People were able to say it during the live stream. So I'm like, why would we not put the photo next to the person so we could see that especially live? And that could have been a really cool interactive component of the red carpet.
Yeah. You know what Beyonce's saying? I didn't hate. It's not that I was underwhelmed by it, but what it did, it reminded me of one of those maternity photos she did. It like reminded me. I don't know which one.
There were a few outfits
what child
that she has that was very similar to that.
Yeah.
But it showed the artwork that she got.
It was cool. Detailing and everything's crazy. But same with Rihanna's, but blue stepped. Blue stepped. So I
said, all right, girl.
Excuse me. Yeah. So,
Go ahead, girl.
So all right, well, that was that. Is there anybody else that we missed with this? I think we're done. Y'all saw it. Y'all either saw it or you didn't. Okay. We'll put some photos up and y'all see it, and then that's that. That is that. All right. Let's move on to our advice segment, Am I a Bad Queer, where we give you goodish advice for your questions and dilemmas. Send your questions to badqueers.com, hit us up on IG at badqueerspod, or email us at badqueers.com. Excuse me. This first one is from Michelle. Michelle asks, am I a bad queer if I match with someone on an app, realize I know them in real life, and they're kind of annoying, but I didn't unmatch because I want to see if they recognize me first? Oh, okay. We've met at least 3 times through mutual friends. I was like, why would you want the annoying person to... Okay. I'll just read the rest.
The questions I need answers.
I will read the rest, Michelle. We've met at least 3 times through mutual friends, and they never remember me. So now this is a social experiment. How many messages can we exchange before they put it together? I'm giving them nothing, just vibing in their DMs like a stranger, watching them use the same stories they told at that party. It's petty, but it's also fascinating, and now I have to commit. Or should I stop? Michelle. Michelle, I don't think you're bad queer for this. I mean, it seems fun to you. So I don't know. I don't think there's any.
Michelle, you got too much time on your hands. Like,
I mean, if that's what you want to spend your time on, like, I can't stop you, Michelle. It's not like it's kind of like a victimless crime. Like, I don't think anything like terrible is gonna come at the end of this. So if you want to, so Michelle,
she doesn't remember you and all that.
Yeah, like I don't know, like what you're expecting. Like what? I hope you played out. Like what will you get satisfaction from? Like how long ago? Like I don't know. You're like, wow, it took her 9 months to. I don't know. Like I don't know what's the goal here. Especially if they're annoying and they're telling the same stories. I'm like, damn, you that lame. Like it's like, but Michelle, if that's what you want to do, sure.
Yeah,
sure.
I really
like, I don't know.
I'm over here like, just leave that girl alone. You can stop. There's no reason, because what you gonna do? Be like, gotcha. Once it happens,
Michelle said, I have to commit.
What's your goal? What's your goal at this point? You said, and you said
experiment.
You're giving them nothing, but you're vibing in their DMs. What does
that mean?
So that means you're answering, right? Like that means.
Yeah. Are you also giving them the same responses and stories as well? Like, how does this work? Like, I don't know. Right. This is your experiment, girl. You got it.
What's the goal? What's the goal here?
I don't know what you're
How do we know when the experiment's over?
That's what I mean.
If she remembers you.
It took her 7 months. So, oh, wow. And I mean, I guess it's a cool kind of story at a bar. Maybe it's a cool story for later. I don't know.
If somebody told me that they were waiting for me to recognize them based off that and they just stayed and entertained it, like.
Yeah, that's a little nuts.
That's a red flag.
You look nuts here.
That's a red flag.
Michelle, if you want to be a red flag, Michelle, go ahead. But, it's your world. Go ahead. Like, it's your world. I don't know. Just vote. Make sure you're registered to vote, Michelle. So, I don't know. Hope that helps.
Okay. Well,
we said goodish advice, I don't.
Yeah, we did ish.
That's a
heavy on the ish
story to tell somebody. So then I did this, and it's like, oh, okay.
This is why you were anonymous. So that's fair. At least you did that, because you still feel anonymous in your life right now. So.
It's Michelle. All right.
Sade is the next person. Am I a bad queer for getting along with straight men more than masc queer women? I'm a queer woman, and this feels weird to admit, but I think I have an easier time being friends with straight cis men than I do with some masc queer women. It's not romantic or flirty. It's more like I can talk sports, music, work, and random life stuff without feeling like I'm being sized up. With masc queer women, I sometimes feel like there is this pressure to prove I'm queer enough or cool enough. I know that is not fair to put on everyone, but after a few awkward experiences, I have started to notice myself keeping more distance. Does this make me a bad queer? Sade, you must be living in the South. It's a terrible way to open that, but that's my guess.
I was like,
because I was like, well, girl, you in the South? Are you? Because that's what I feel like, where I feel like this would happen. But, this is a thing that does happen. It is people's experiences, and it's something that is talked about more often than not, of how folks come in and size each other up and do the things. But I would think that all of these are topics that other masc queer women would want to talk about. And I don't know what men you're hanging out with that aren't sizing you up about your knowledge of sports, because 9 times out of 10, when I talk to men about sports and they're like, oh yeah, like, all this, name this many people. And I'm like, I am not playing this game with you, because what? You peaked in high school. I played professional tackle football. Don't play with me. So that's where that is. So I don't know if you just found really great guy friends to hang out with, or you just haven't found the right masc queer women to hang out with. So I would say don't give up on the masc queer women. Like maybe it's just those folks that aren't open to like new friends and things. I don't know. But I wouldn't give up on it just because you've had a few awkward experiences. Maybe you need a friend to introduce you to another friend who's got the vibes and things like that. But no, don't give up. We can't lose ourselves in numbers this way to straight cis men. We can't do it. We can't do it.
Listen, straight cis men can be okay and fine to have friendships with and everything. But there is a masc lid for every masc pot. So they're out there that they like the same things. They're not going to size you up or anything. And you could just be friends. So you should still be open to that. And hopefully you are. But I'm starting to notice myself keeping more distance. Don't, still be in community and all that. But, I don't know. There's certainly masc folks that love all those things and would be friends and wouldn't be sizing you up. And I feel like the younger generation of mascs, they don't really do that sizing up stuff. Or maybe I don't know what y'all are doing out there. Maybe y'all are. But there's somebody out there that you could be friends with that's masc. Like that. Just don't be closed off to that. They're out there. So maybe it's like you don't meet them at the club exclusively. Like you go to something that's there's more masc events that aren't like club and territorial based kind of thing. Because the club is like it is territorial because there's conquests going on and tension and a whole bunch of stuff. So I don't know. Yeah, meet them in a neutral place. If you like sports, then there's definitely a lot of them in sports leagues. So if you play like rec or whatever's out there, adult leagues. So they're out there.
Or if you're near somewhere that has a women's sports bar, and then you can go there and meet the people. So there's opportunities.
It really does depend on where you go, like to meet them. Like the club's hard to make friends. You're not really, You
I can only imagine like social. You're in a library and you're just like, hey, excuse me, do you like the Eagles?
Yeah.
And they just be like, excuse me, I'm reading, I'm studying. Like this is I don't know, first team that came to my head.
Yeah. No, there's just like you mentioned, there's a lot of places out there that you just got to think of things that are like your general interest, and there'll be a masc person there, masc woman.
Yes, there will.
Sure there will be for especially the stuff you mentioned, sports, music, work. Well, at work, depending on where you work. Certainly the gym. So I don't know.
You got
go
this.
To those places.
I believe in you.
All right, this last one is from Lexi. Lexi asks, am I a bad queer if I screenshot my arguments with my partner and send them to my best friend for backup? Am I a bad queer if I screenshot my arguments with my partner and send them to my best friend for backup, even though I know I'm the only one showing this side of the story, or I'm showing one side of the story? I'm losing myself right now. I need someone to tell me I'm right in the moment, and my friend delivers it every time. But deep down, I know if my partner saw these screenshots and the context I'm leaving out, they'd be hurt. I'm basically building a case against them to someone who's only getting my version of events. Lexi, you're backward. That is just horrible to do, just in general. Like, that's awful.
But you admitted that you left out context?
My gosh.
What?
Like, they're like, there's always three sides to the story. You are like, absolutely not. No. There's just mine. So that's horrible. That's just manipulative to do in general, and to take time to do that, just to have somebody on your side. Like, you could honestly, instead of like doing that, if you want somebody kind of like on your side, you can't make somebody be on your side, but you could call and vent to your friend and just say, I just need a listening ear, where you're not getting like feedback or any pushback. Like, if you just want to talk to them, get your shit off, even if you're wrong, you could just tell them, like, I just want you to listen. Like, I don't want you to pass judgment, whatever. Like, screenshotting the one side of the argument is pretty fucking nuts. Like, that is so manipulative. So yeah, that's crazy. You better delete that shit before they see that. I would think that's some wild shit if you're just showing just one side of. That's crazy. Like, showing the argument and only showing your side. Like, get the fuck out of here. Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah, no. You know, this is one thing that I do appreciate about my best friend, is that when she comes to me, she will preface with, am I going crazy? Am I making this too big of a deal? And then breaks down the whole thing. The whole point of reaching out to your best friends is that they are going to tell you the truth. And just think, you are taking away the opportunity, because, hey, Lexi, guess what? Wild thought. You could potentially be right in your arguments. You could potentially be making good points in your arguments, and you're leaving out opportunities for your best friend to either support you or hold you accountable. And that's the whole point of our best friends. They are there to be our mirror, to tell us the truth, even when it's hard. But because they know us so well, they know how to tell us these truths and help us move through it. If you want to be a better partner to your partner, don't make the best friend the enemy.
Is Lexi a femme? This is very, it might be
Lexi has to be.
This is very femme behavior of like just not wanting to be wrong.
I have to say that.
Yeah, but you know, it is an unnatural like alliance, like wanting to be right or never wanting to be wrong, or I'm wrong, but like it's Lexi, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. So that's all. Just don't do that. That's crazy.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Wow. All right. That's it for this week's Am I a Bad Queer? Send your questions to backqueers.com. Hit us up on IG at backqueerspod, or email us at backqueers@backqueers.com.
What type of bad queers would we be if we didn't have unpopular queer opinions? This week, it's only right that we have a bad queer discussion. Bad queer alert, bad queer breaking news. I don't know. But people have been talking about this for a minute. So we're just going to have a discussion about
this is crazy.
Dominique Morgan.
Yeah.
Dominique Morgan. So if you haven't been caught up on what's happening, we will catch you up on what it is, and then we will discuss. And shout out to Baddie Galore for, we got baddies. We got baddies in the sky here on this episode, just baddies everywhere. And we are going to break this down. I basically summarized this from Baddie Galore and quoted a lot of this from Baddie Galore. So shout out to her for putting this together and making it understood. Kris has way more context than I do, but I'm basically caught up thanks to Baddie Galore and a bunch of other people who have been posting on the TikTok, because it is a mixed bag of opinions on the interwebs, from the people who are 100% in, the folks who 100% in and supporting, and then 100% in on saying no, and then the folks who are like, where do we go? Help. So we'll try and break this down, and then we'll discuss, because this feels like a bad queer moment. So Dominique turned herself in to prison for fraud charges. She was charged with second-degree grand larceny and 23 counts of falsifying business records. Prosecutors allege that she misappropriated funds from a bail assistance initiative that was connected to the Okra Project, which was used to help trans individuals get out of prison and like make their bail. This is not new news because she did plead guilty and she's turning herself into prison, has really gotten the internet up in a flame. Like I mentioned, she's getting mixed responses from attacks to supports to just trying to figure out what's really going on. So here are some of the details. Dominique transferred approximately $99,000 from organizational accounts into her personal accounts in July 2022. These funds were to be used to support incarcerated trans individuals. Allegedly, instead of being used for bail support, the money was used for personal expenses. She made some car payments for Mercedes-Benz, clothing purchases, and approximately $19,000 on a custom closet renovation. I have laughed because they have said this custom closet renovation company all over the internet, and I'm like, I don't know if this is good marketing for y'all or not, but
they put the name of it. That's funny.
Oh yeah, they sure did. They sure
I
did.
didn't see that.
Leave the name out of it, so y'all can be left alone and just mind your business. You got paid for your services, so. But that was hilarious that they had the exact name. Prosecutors say that when they asked for proof around the fraud charges, Dominique submitted fraudulent bill receipts and names of individuals who were not actually arrested in the jurisdictions listed. So basically, she went and pulled receipts from saying, no, this was paid to get people out of prison, and it was not. Before her arrest, Dominique posted a 9-minute video with the caption 21 days to rest, where she didn't admit to anything, but stated that the case had been something that has been happening for years and is actually bigger than what she is being accused of. She said there's a lot of organizational issues, a lot of other pressure happening, etc. But she did basically infer that she would be in prison for less than 30 days because she decided to take the plea deal. She said she also has documentation like texts, recordings, and screenshots to support her claims that she will share later on when she is able to speak freely about them. Because right now, legally, nobody can talk about it. Nobody can talk about it outside. Nobody can say much. So she has to be very like high level on anything that can be said. But she is really building it up on like what she has to talk about after. So in regards to accepting the plea deal, she stated that she didn't want to go through a prolonged trial, and that is why she's doing this. So again, shout out to Baddie Galore for summing this up. Kris, what are your thoughts on this case?
What you said. What are your thoughts? Really, until Dominique comes out and releases her side of everything, this is all going to be incomplete. So this is going to be we're only able to dig down so much. Like, we have some details. This has been out for a while. She was charged with this a while back. And I think a lot of people didn't know she had these charges because, Dominique Morgan's had such a rise on social media for the past year, certainly for the past year. But like a lot of people were so shocked. And that's why I kind of broke the internet of like, whoa, what? So I feel like I'm going to approach this in a Libra way, a personal Libra way. And then just like, I don't even know what I'm going to call it, but just a societal big way. So as a Libra, seeing both sides of the thing. Listen, if these things are true, you scammed a Black trans organization. Like it's wrong. It's $99,000, but the things you used it on, like, you can't do that. We can't have that. One of the things not mentioned in here is that Dominique was the executive, maybe, did you have it in there? Was the executive director of the Okra Project. So, you are responsible for organizationally setting up things so that this doesn't happen from you or anybody, and amongst other things. So like the trust of that and the organization, the Okra Project, if all this is true, can't have that. Just can't have that. Like that's you're scamming us. You're scamming the community. And that sucks because honestly, if it's anything else, I wouldn't give a fuck. Like I really honestly wouldn't. I would be like, my societal thing is America's a scam. This world's a scam. People steal way more money. They do way more harm. But the fact that it is the Okra Project, it's a Black trans organization. Its mission is to help Black trans women and gender non-conforming folks. And you'd allegedly do this is not right. Like it's just on the basis it's not right. However, I don't think she should be in jail. I don't think that she should, really be in jail or anything. Like, I don't think this is like, she shouldn't be thrown away. Her opinions on things aren't dismissed now. And, she does a lot of good work too, a lot of good work. So, who was it that India Moore and the Okra Project had actually released a statement, but she mentioned that this was like a trauma response. So let me just read the statement from India Moore. Dominique was ED in the past and is facing legal consequences for impulsive and reactionary choices that are likely trauma rooted and likely to cause more harm to her, the post said. Her choices were made during a period she did not have the support she needed and was instead given a position of power over an organization that people depended on to survive. She was and is struggling without adequate support. The statement added, responding to moments when people cause hurt publicly can cause an immense amount of hurt to the person, depending on how it's done. I recognize the dynamics of privilege I hold in this scenario, and I am choosing to speak on behalf of the Okra Project in the larger issue of our community's failure for care in sincerity, because the cost her rhetoric has on an organization that is supporting people's lives is far too great. So India Moore is affiliated with the Okra Project, but I thought it was interesting to say that this is trauma rooted, which it could be. Like, that could be true in this. So I don't know. This is the Libra in me. I feel both ways about it. Like, I'm like, if this happened, like, that's, yeah, again, like, you, come on, yo. Like, this is from us. In the same way that I felt with Black Lives Matter, and when they got I'm blanking on their names, but there was like, they misappropriated funds and they like bought a house and like did a couple other things that, like, in the grand scheme of things in 2020 was probably it was absolutely at the bottom of the list of scams in 2020. But like, because of like the moment and because of the mission, it's just like, you got to be smarter about it. But I don't think you throw away, I know it's Alicia Garza and I'm blanking on the other name, but I don't think you throw these people away. I don't think that they can't help with liberation work or any other work. I don't think they, you know what I mean? Like, but yeah, it sucks. Like, you can't do that. Like, you can't, if you're running an organization, you can't have this. Like, you just can't do it. So that's how I feel about it, if all true. I know Dominique will come back and give full context, because what I've heard around it is, again, there was a lot of shit going on that wasn't her fault and just shit going on. So, and she might be taking a fall for something bigger. Like, there have been other organizations in the last 2 years, queer organizations run by, white people that are president, that they've done stories on them misappropriating funds that didn't rise to the level of this. So it's always crazy that we have to get like actual jail time and all these other things when, again, this country is a scam, America's a scam, all that other stuff. However, if this happened, that's not good. It's not good. It's hurtful for the community, but I don't think you throw her away. She's doing her time, and then that's it. Like, it is what it is. She should go back to what she does, and she does a lot of good work too. So see both sides of it.
Yeah.
What about you?
It is definitely a mixed bag of things, because it does feel multi-layered in terms of what happened. Like, yes, it's wrong. The black and white of it is, yes, that is wrong. And
it's wrong.
Yeah, India pointing out what can happen. And that's a bigger conversation that the community can have when it's like, you have a community that is steeped in trauma and then is put in responsibility, as you were saying, of big things, and like realizing that you have an opportunity in moving in this way, being able to also take a plea and say, like, okay, here's what's going to happen. And knowing that if she ends up going to prison for X amount of time, how terrible prison is for trans women, especially with all of she could be in prison and they can put through the legislation that could have it so that she has to go where she was identified at birth and go on that side of the prison. That doesn't keep her safe either. So it's like putting her into another traumatizing situation as well. I feel like when it comes to some of these, it's like you put all these billionaires on house arrest, like,
scam every day. That's why it's like the societal thing is like 99,000. Get the fuck out of my face. Like, for real. But you can't do that for art. If it was a non-queer or black organization, I'm going to be honest, I just want to give a fuck. But I also feel like, damn, like she could just pay that back, or not pay that.
She could work that off.
But you know what I mean? She could work that off. Like, you listen, her star has risen so much, and like because of her commentary and her all of her content has in the last year has gained more visibility and stuff like that. So I don't know. I mean, I am sick and tired of Black and brown people and women going to prison for things that, white people get away with and don't go to prison. Because again, like there's other organizations that this happens in larger amounts. Like there's whole scam series and people don't actually end up in prison. But, you also have to not put yourself in that position. So that's the black and white of it. Like it is still wrong. And it's an organization to help us. Like, damn. So we're going to see. I mean, again, she can't say much now because of all the legal, not the legalese, but just she has to wait to tell her side of the story. She can't really say anything until, all this is done. So we'll see what happens. Like I'm open to seeing there might be an explanation for it, but I don't know. We'll see.
I know when she's allowed to talk, she gonna talk.
She's gonna talk. We know we're gonna get a video. We know we're gonna get an explanation.
Absolutely. Shoot, she might write the book and we'll see while she's locked up.
Yeah, and we'll see. I mean, I hope. We'll see. I hope whatever she has with that, like. It's just, it's her truth. It's the truth. And like, still, I mean, she's still, even if it's like, I don't want to speculate on what the reasons could be, but still at the end of the day, it's just like, damn, but you cannot scam. You know what I mean? Yeah. But then it's just like, okay, well then she can't be executive director of it, things, like for a while, at least, for sure. But that doesn't mean she can't be valuable anywhere else. This isn't something I will hold over her head. I actually, again, if scamming something, scam the rich, just don't scam us. That's I was about to say. It's just like on some Robinhood shit. Like, don't scam stuff for us. Scam them. Yeah. Scam the rich. Like, don't, yeah, that's it. Like, don't do shit that's supposed to be helping us. So,
yeah.
Unfortunate, very unfortunate, but people make mistakes. People do things that are trauma rooted, and like that sucks. So we'll see what happens. This will be certainly ongoing. Like Dominique's gonna drop like a first day out track. Like it's just like people are waiting these days, to hear from her. So it's like, we'll see what happens. We'll certainly come back and report on it when she does. So we'll see.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and wrap up the show, but we would never leave you without giving shout outs to our faves. My shout out this week is to a new book that's out called Hip Hop Studies and Queer Black Feminism. It includes essays from emerging and established scholars on hip hop culture through feminist, queer, and Black lenses, placing queer Black feminism at the center of the conversation on liberation, politics, history, and education. So add it to your shelf. Go purchase it. It is out now.
That's really cool. All right, my shout out is to Queer Love and History. Queer Love and History is an IG page that curates and researches archival stories, images, and moments that remind us that queer love has always existed. Really good page to follow. You can follow them on IG at Queer Love and History.
Right. Well, that is the end of the show. Thank you all so much for tuning in. If you haven't signed up for our Patreon, we have a very entertaining Patreon clip that we do. So we do pre-show clips before. So if you want to see more content from us, go look us up on Patreon, Backwards Podcast. And if you can throw us some dollars your way, we would appreciate it. But otherwise, that's all, folks. We'll see you next week.
Take care.